Hello and welcome to another episode of Moose's Gear Goo Review. I'm Moose, and today we have a unique kind of flashlight review, and it's a SOG. This is the SOG Blade Light Folder Mini Black Knife plus LED flashlight. This has quite the name, but basically it's the SOG Blade Light Folder Mini. This is a unique little knife from SOG. It basically is unique because it does this. It has a flashlight. So, anyways, go over some specs and we'll talk about this blade and who it's meant for or why you might want it. Basically, the overall length is 7 inches. The blade length is 3 inches. The cutting edge is 2.75 inches. The blade thickness is actually really thin. Thinner than I'm used to, but whatever. It is 0.08 inches thick. Handle length is 4 inches. The handle thickness is 0.65 inches. The overall weight is 3.35 ounces. And the blade steel on it is 8CR 13 MOV. Now, let's look at it. So it kind of has a standard kind of knife shape. Maybe could be considered a clip point, but not really, more of a drop point. It has a hollow grind with a flat plain edge, or a plain edge, and it has this nice curve of belly there, which is really nice for kind of rocking and cutting through stuff. Has a really nice satin finish. The spine on top is almost to a 90 degrees, so you might be able to throw sparks with the ferro rod. It has dual thumb studs, stepped thumb studs on the top, and it has the SOG Blade Light Mini logo here on the front. And that's about it. It is a liner lock, and it is a manual folder. There's no spring assist. The handles are GRN with aluminum top scales. It also has this kind of neat metal, I don't even want to know, accent or back spacer that gives it a lot of look. And into the handle it said as well, we have the pivot pin, and we have these, like I said, silver aluminum caps that cover the batteries, but then they also have this cool SOG green beret or whatever skull on it on both sides. It does have a tail end deep carry pocket clip for tip up only. Right hand carry, you might be able to switch this around, but I haven't removed any of that. And it's more or less designed right-handed because the actual light switch for the flashlight is on the right-hand side. Now there are 4 LEDs that are on there, and I think more or less the cool thing with this is that it's actually a pretty bright little flashlight. It has 4 LEDs, 4 CR2 2032 batteries. The max brightness is 45 lumens, and the max runtime is about 4 hours. It has a IPX4 rated water resistance, so it will be okay in some water. And once again, with the lights off, you can see that it does light up. Now, I apologize, there's a window behind me, and I probably should have done this at night, but it is actually pretty bright. Now, why would you want lights on your knife? Obviously, so you can work in the dark if you're cutting things. I could see this as far as a capacity if you're like a plumber and you need to cut some plumber's tape underneath a sink and there's nothing really there, or you're really reaching in far and you're trying to cut something loose, maybe a zip tie underneath a cabinet or in a basement, and you just need some light. This would actually function okay for that. Now, price-wise, the price is a little steep for something of this quality with the blade steel, the thickness of the blade, and the overall size and weight. I personally wouldn't necessarily go for that price point, but depending on how your needs are, or what your needs are, and how they might be met with this, you might see the value in it. I will say this though, if you do choose to get this, it's better to go with a combo. I got both these knives for a super killer deal. I think it was less than 30 out there. I don't know, they don't offer it anymore, but on Amazon at the time of this video, both these knives individually were about 50 bucks. But you could also buy a combo pack together that was just under $50. So you get both these knives for about 48 bucks, which when you get the two together, it's actually a pretty good deal. So there are a number of light knives on, I think there's three. There's a fillet knife, a fixed blade, and then this folder from SOG. And other than that, what I like about the folder is, though, that if you're maybe a female and you just need a flashlight in your purse, you don't have to have the blade deployed to use the light. You can just turn it on and use it like a normal flashlight, or just have a knife in your purse or your bag. It's kind of a multi-tool in that sense, so you might like it for that. Other than that, you can have it on and deploy it at the same time, and then you have cutting on both sides, and you'll be able to see what you're cutting. Maybe food prep if you're a backpacker or something. Yeah, you have a headlamp, but you still might be able to see when you're prepping food or cutting, paracord for, a tarp. So there are aspects where this would actually come in handy. So it's pretty nice in that respects as far as those specific situations. But, for me personally, this doesn't come very handy. If I am out backpacking, I usually have a headlamp or a small flashlight. I'll just grab the headlamp and then use that instead. But, it is what it is. And eventually there was going to be knives with flashlights on them. So that being said, let's check out some other knives compared to it. We have the Kershaw Skyline. We have the Cold Steel Pro Light Sport. We have the Hawk, Hawk multi-tool, I guess, knife. I forgot what it was called. We'll check that out later. As far as blade lengths, we line them up right here. Obviously, the Pro Light Sport's the largest knife in the bunch. 3-inch blade. They're all pretty similar. The Skyline and the Hawk tool is a little bit larger. Handle thickness and blade thickness. Hawk tool's blade is thicker. Handle is slightly thicker as well. Skyline. The blade is slightly thicker and the handle is thinner. And the Pro Light Sport, blade stock is thicker and handle is slightly thinner. Alright, so there's that. The last test is the Ugly Brown Glove test. And here we go. Easy to open, easy to close. I will say the aluminum handle scales, the caps offer pretty much no traction, so in that sense there's some kind of really shallow plastic jimping or groove jimping up there. It doesn't really lock in. This choil here with that little bit of guard does help it lock in, but overall it's pretty slick. The button for the flashlight is easy enough to find. It is rubber, and I can use it with my finger in the glove. So actually opening and turning it on, it works, but I'd give it about a 65% just because that's really slick. Well, there you have it, guys. This is the SOG Blade Light Mini. Check it out. Remember, if you do get it, buy it in the combo. It'll be much better, and you get two knives for basically the price of one. And the fixed blade is actually pretty nice. I'll do a review of that later. All right, so there you have it. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the two videos over here. Check the eye in the upper right hand corner for other videos, and click the subscribe button down below. Thank you guys, and I'll see you outside.